Hello everyone, how you going? And welcome back to There Was an Attempt. Now, you know, it's always just the place where people try and do something very particular or very sneaky, and then it might just backfire in their face or completely go wrong or whatever it may be. And so really this subject puts all the good ones in one spot for our viewing pleasure. But let's jump straight into it. There was an attempt to stop the door from spinning. Ah, come on, the cat could do it, you know, it just needs a little bit more pressure. It's not even trying at the moment. But man, imagine if the door was going the other way. This could be a completely different kind of video. That would be horrific. I wonder what the cat's thinking though, because obviously it's not stopping the doors, and it should realize that it's not stopping every time it puts its paw out. Maybe it's just reacting to the fact that there is something there, and it kind of goes, oh, what is this thing? And then it just disappears and it puts its paw away again. That's the only kind of thing I can see that's happening here, but still, it's kind of a weird behavior. But I mean, if this is what the cat does for hours a day and it keeps it entertained, you know, why not? If I could be this easily entertained, I would do it all day. You know, you could sit by anything repetitive and it would just be brand new every time it came around. It'd be great. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe the cat doesn't want to stop it. Maybe it's not an attempt at all. Maybe it just wants to keep it spinning and it just enjoys putting its paw out over and over and over and over again. There was an attempt to not have a birthday cake. Happy birthday, what kind of cake do you want? Oh no, I can already tell where this is going. I don't want a cake, alright. Wow, that would have cost so much money to get done, I reckon, because always custom cakes are always so expensive. I don't want a cake, that's great though. I'm surprised I haven't seen this before. You know, people are always like, I don't want gifts, I don't want presents, I don't want cake, whatever it may be, and it all sits in the same category. Actually, looking at this, it doesn't look like you bought it, it actually looks like you made it, unless you've got some other knife out that is just a kind of a, I don't know, a decorative knife. But yeah, look at this, they've taken that speech bubble and made it into a cake. So whoever made it, regardless of whether you made it or someone else made it, it's still an impressive feat. And you know, it's the thought that counts, isn't it? And you've taken the thought and you've made it into exactly what they didn't want. You completely reversed it on them. So hopefully, even though they didn't want one, apparently they weren't mad at you for actually getting one and whatnot, because that would then be a serious slap in the face. They went, why did you do this? That would then be mean. There was an attempt to see what you'd look like with bangs. Alright, oh yes, I have seen some of these ones. Some of them go from top to bottom, some of them side to side. Oh yeah, let's see. That is just Yoda in a nutshell. Well, I don't even know. There was something else that kind of reminds me of. It actually looks like a gnome. This is such a gnome kind of face right here. Look at the big ears with the kind of beanie hat top. You know, just pausing it here shows you the exact moment that they realize, what have I done? This is the most disgusting bangs I've ever attempted. I mean, the thing is, with all these failed ones, people are always moving around in them, so of course it doesn't work. You know, maybe if you tried it without moving your entire head around and squashing your entire face down, look, like as soon as it goes over the face, she puts her entire head up. So I reckon this might be on purpose almost. I feel as though it's not that hard to stay still while the bar goes over, but they went, nope, I'm just going to go out of frame. You know exactly how it works. You have to stay in the same spot and move everything around it. So of course it didn't work. So I don't know about this one, because obviously it's a trend and it works. So, you know, you just stuffed it up. But I guess it does fit There Was an Attempt, so I can't be too mad. It was just a very, very lackluster and very, very difficult to not stuff up attempt. There was an attempt to encourage students. Oh no, students plus dying equals studying. I mean, they're not wrong. It is stew and dying, but you could have kind of taken other words. I don't know if you could have made a better word from it. What if you go dident would have been alright. But to be honest, why is it student and dying, you know? I mean, yeah, it's studying, but really it's not dying. And the title said it's trying to encourage students, so what does it even mean by that? Really, this is just confusing. I just don't see how you can take those and think that there is any kind of correlation there that it makes sense to encourage someone. I almost feel as though this is more than There Was an Attempt, because obviously they carried all the way through with it, you know, and no one picked up that this is probably not the right avenue to go down. I mean, another combination is stewing, and you really don't want to stew your students either, because that'll probably lead to dying as well. But really, where is the student and dying come into context? There's just none. None of this makes sense. I think the scariest part about this whole thing is that someone will most likely a teacher make that, and that's the kind of person we have teaching kids. I really don't know if that's the best idea. So like I said, there was an attempt, but they also carried all the way through with it. I wonder how much feedback they got before this got taken down. There was an attempt to reach the table, but never mind. Oh no, I bet I can see what's happening here. He's gonna try and get up, but he's gonna slip off. He's, you know, it's not gonna be no grip on top of the marble there. Go on, you've got to, oh no, this wasn't even what I expected. I thought it was just gonna go slip sliding all around on the marble or whatever kind of granite marbly top. But no, it didn't even get 10 centimeters off the ground. What was I even thinking? How does that cat get around in day-to-day life? Is its max jump height? Look at that. That is the poorest effort I've ever seen. And then I just love the walk of shame as though it's like, nah, never happened. Don't worry about it. Look, I'm out of here. I attempted it once and I'm not trying that again. I mean, the cat is a bit fluffy, you know, some might even venture to say chonkers. So we can't blame the cat too much for not having those kind of hops, but still, to not even get 10 centimeters off the ground, that is just sad. And the fact that you were filming this certainly makes me think that this isn't the first time that this has happened, you know? You knew exactly what was going to happen. You have something up on the bench, or maybe that's just something they always try. And then this happens. Like, how many times has the cat attempted to go up onto the bench and failed? The poor thing. Really, it's just a poor reflection on the owner, you know. If your cat cannot jump up a meter where other cats are climbing up to the other side of the building, there is something a bit wrong there, don't you think? So poor little fella, hopefully he recovers emotionally and whatnot, because that's just going to scar you for life not being able to make that jump. There was an attempt to hold the kitty inside the cage. Oh no, whoa, I've never even seen a cage like that. What the hell? That was like a Perspex kind of prison. It kind of just looks like some IKEA panels that someone's assembled to keep the cat inside. But look at that, I can only imagine that the cat was trying to go all the way over the top and it just did not have the hops, just like the last cat, I guess. And ended up going straight through the plasticky Perspex, whatever it is. And I guess it's kind of surprised, but it's kind of, oh, so I am unstoppable now. This cat is the Juggernaut, and now that it knows it's the Juggernaut, humanity's doomed, you know. Along with the rest of the cats, I'm sure there's some other superpowers out there, and this one just, you know, has the Juggernaut powers. So yeah, I don't know if this fully classifies as there was an attempt, because really, it was a successful attempt. Which then doesn't mean there was an attempt, it means there was an attempt and they actually managed, which is not what this sub is. We come here for failures only. There was an attempt to get free. Oh, another cat, come on now. We can't just overload on cats, but look at this, just a big hug. When I saw the cat, I was expecting it to be like the last one where the cat's the main subject, but this one, well, I guess the cat is still kind of the main subject, but you know, the attempt is for you to leave, not for the cat to leave. But that is one strong bear hug, or I guess in this case, actually, it's a cat hug. There is just too much love right now, or maybe because cats can't experience love, you know, too much food on the table, too many, I was going to say walks, but cats don't really go for walks. I don't know, whatever the cat wants, there's too much of that on the line, and so it just doesn't want to let you go before that happens. I wonder if this happens every single day. It's like, all right, I wake up, I'm trying to go to work, and I've just got this entire animal just dragging me back with on my arm, just stopping me from doing my daily things. You know, some people wear big rings or big bracelets or get their nails done. You know, you just bring your cat. That is the ultimate way to stop you being productive, I reckon. And probably everyone else around you know, everyone's going to want to give it pats and whatnot. God, it's just going to be a complete nightmare to deal with. But no, it certainly seems to be pretty genuine, you know. Look at those big eyes just looking at you, and there's no sound, but it seems to be meowing and protesting you trying to shake it free. So, you know, I'm sure there's something going on here. And hey, considering there doesn't seem to be any major scratches all over her arm, that's a pretty nice cat, considering you're trying to shake it free and it doesn't retaliate on you, you know? I've heard of many people's cats that you just look at them the wrong way and suddenly you just have scratches all over your body. There's just no holding back from those things. So anyway, this is definitely the cutest attempt we've so far, and many people wouldn't even attempt to get out of it. They just go, oh, well, this is my life now. I guess this is where I'm staying. That's me locked in. Sorry guys, can't do anything else. There was an attempt to make a friendly reminder. Oh, what am I reading here? Turn your clocks back 1 hour tonight, except clocks is not clocks. Who stuffed this up? Is this an ad on TV? Or is this a billboard? Or what is going on here? It's so hard to recognize. There's no context to what this image is of. And I mean, the thing is nowadays that pretty much every clock that gets used the most automatically does it. And realistically, what I'm talking about there is phones and maybe a smartwatch if you want to include that. Obviously, analog clocks don't do it. You know, you got to wind it back, no worries. Things like the oven and the microwave, and I don't know if your fridge has a clock. Who knows? There's some weird fridges now. But you know, the ones that you have your alarm set to and everything else should pretty much just automatically do it. You know, this kind of saying is just going off the wayside because no one's going to be needing to change their clocks anymore soon. Everything's just going to be automated, and then, you know, you don't have to go from, I guess, what is there saying? Maybe 3 a.m. to 2 a.m. They generally try and push it back at an unused period of day, so it's usually 1, 2, or 3, or 4, you know, that really early in the morning kind of time period. But actually, this is kind of interesting to me because when does America turn back their clocks and whatnot? You know, Australia put theirs forward about 2 months ago, is what it feels like, and I would have thought that it's pretty much just a changeover, just, you know, they swap, but obviously not, you know, this is this month apparently. So I've never really thought about the fact that maybe the Northern Hemisphere changes their time zones back earlier or whatnot. And actually, I think I heard that the UK and the US don't even do it at the same time. So, you know, that creates a whole nother level of confusion. But anyway, it's not the end of the world. And if you're going backwards, are you gaining an hour? No, you're not. You're losing an hour of sleep. So poor buggers, you lost an hour of sleep. But hey, it's not the end of the world. It's not really that hard. As soon as you look at your phone and then you look at your oven and you realize you have an hour out, then you go, oh, okay, daylight saving changed. But really, I've just realized I haven't even really commented on what is going on here. How does someone miss an entire L in the word and not proof check their work? Obviously, it's a very, very unfortunate L to miss. But really, surely, if this is getting aired to TV or some kind of ad or whatever it is, that someone would have checked it. You know, it's meant to be an informative piece, so surely you got multiple people looking over it. You know, what is going on here? Autocorrected someone in this one. And so, hey, I don't know how you accomplish what these people are asking for, but I don't think you should attempt it, you know. There's probably some pretty serious side effects for attempting what these people are trying to ask. There was an attempt to fly. Oh no, little buddy. I actually don't know what this little fella is. Look at him. It looks like a rat, I imagine. Oh no. Well, that is just so sad. Look at all the pillows though down there. It almost looks like he was set up for this. Wow, there's just so many attempts. The poor little fella is no hope. He's not even getting a third of the way over. And what are they trying to get to? You know, look at the height of that tub. There is no way they're going to... Where did he just go there behind the bed? But like I was saying, he's just going to crash into the tub, you know, to get all the way out the top. That's like doubles the distance of the jump. You were just enabling your pet to torture itself. Look at this. It's like the emotional scarring from him never being, and then he goes and bed butts the wall. I just don't get it. You know, you're lucky whatever this animal is doesn't have the biggest brain in the world, because there's no way that it would be able to cope with the emotional scarring from this. You know, just failing something over and over and over and over again like this would just leave you heartbroken. You know, it's the same as the Chonkus cat we had before. But this one almost looks even more pathetic because you got it in slow-mo. But hey, maybe he's not trying to fly. Maybe he's just trying to fall with style, and that's why he got plenty of cushions there. He looks all safe, you know, he can tumble down and whatnot, but he's nice and furry. And with all the pillows and the cushions and the blankets and whatnot, you know, he'll be very difficult to hurt himself. So yeah, there was definitely multiple attempts with this one, but really they should have just given up after a couple. There was no way that he's making that distance. There was an attempt to have fun with a Halloween decoration. Oh no, that's the police. I have no idea where this is, but imagine the police rocking up to that and you have to explain what is going on here. Wow, at least it looks as though they're pretty good sports about it. Look, that woman's smiling and the man looks pretty chuffed as well. But of course you got reported. How could you not, as a neighbor or any other person driving by, report that? That is just ridiculous to have in your front yard and be able to get away with that. And obviously you didn't, but still, the fact that you even attempted it, oh my goodness, I'm surprised you didn't just get charged with, I don't know, something. They'd just find some law. I don't know why, but I'm getting the feeling that this is Canadian police. You know, they seem quite happy and they don't actually really look like American police from what I can kind of think of American police look like. So yeah, if it is Canada, you probably picked the best country to do it. But still, the fact that you attempted this, and I guess you actually pulled it off, didn't you? Regardless of what you were trying to do, you're trying to get a reaction of some sort. And the fact that you got the police to show up definitely shows that you got a reaction out of someone. Now, I can only imagine that they had to open it up and whatnot just to make sure. But I'm sure if you touched it, you could kind of feel it and whatnot. You know, I'm sure it's either pillows or straw or something, or the leaves even. I don't know. But still, it's almost too well made, you know? You know, maybe this isn't this guy's first attempt, if you know what I mean. There was an attempt to flex a gun. Oh no, are they going to shoot the camera? I can only imagine. I've seen quite a few videos of people putting holes in their ceiling and whatnot. How do you have a loaded gun in the house, let alone just a gun in general? I just do not understand. It does not comprehend. Look at what is going on here. Wow, wait, did he put out the cigarette? No way. Or did he just shoot the floor? No, yeah, it's definitely pointing at the wall or pointing at the floor or something. So he didn't, I thought he shot out the cigarette or something. That's ridiculous. Oh no. Oh my goodness, that is the right reaction to have. That mum is gonna rip him a new one. Oh, I didn't even hear the knock on the door the first time. Just bang, 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 bang. Lemmy, what are you doing? Good on the, what I can only assume is the mum for pulling this guy in line. Look at him, he's immediately like, oh my god, what have I done? Why, this is gonna go so poorly. But anyway, this is definitely a not recommended. Do not try at home, anything like that. I just don't even see how people even think it's cool to do this, let alone actually do it. It doesn't make any sense. And I just love the entire personality shift, you know, just like, oh yeah, bragging, whatever he's doing. And then, oh, whoa. It went from 0 to 100 in a split second and things got real. So yeah, like I said, it just doesn't compute with me why people do this, you know? I don't even think it looks cool or anything. It's just weird. And even though no one got injured from the actual accident, so that was very lucky, even though the wall might have a new hole in it, his mum just came in and got him. So really, just do not do this at home, or I guess anywhere, you know? It just doesn't make any sense. There was an attempt to motivate. Just do nothing. It is impossible. Just do it. Nothing is impossible. I mean, obviously it can be read both ways. I actually read it as just do it. Nothing is impossible first, because they have done well to keep the colors separated. You know, there's not many other ways you can do it on a corner sign and make it still work, you know? Unless you do one of the same thing on either side, it's just impossible to do it correctly. But this definitely isn't the worst one I've ever seen done. Usually, you know, it's just one color text, one kind of style of text. Maybe the D and the O and the do is split over one side, so it's just completely wrong. And you know, maybe it was originally designed to be a straight banner and whatnot. You can see that they've done kind of adjustments here because that it is way further over, but maybe that wasn't the original design of the sign. They've got a whole bunch more elsewhere, and this one was just one they had to whack up. But like I said, there's just so many more that I've seen that are impossible to read how they're meant to be read. You know, you even know what the phrase might be, and your brain just struggles to crunch the numbers and go, what am I reading? This is so poorly constructed, where at least this one with the colors, you can kind of just put it in 2 sections. So yeah, you know, even though the corner sign is really impractical, I really have no idea what you can do with it. And obviously just this word combination makes it impossible, I guess, to make it anything but this, you know, just do nothing. It is impossible. It's really unfortunate, but I guess, you know, what do you do? I guess hopefully you can only see it from this angle only or something like that. Or you just drive past fast enough that you don't even notice that it's just do nothing. It is impossible. Either way, I'm sure someone was pretty upset when they saw this, but like I said, you got the corner sign. What are you going to do about it? You know, you can only attempt to recreate it, but it's just not going to work. There was an attempt to walk the talk. Oh, this will be interesting. I always love these videos. This looks like a woman versus a man in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or some kind of martial arts. You can't handle it. Oh my goodness, look at that headlock. She's got you on the ropes in, I guess it was edited, but only in 2 seconds she was gone. I always find these videos incredible because you can see by the physique of the two, you know, that guy's clearly a big enough guy, and in a purely strength kind of deadlift, powerlift, whatever kind of situation, he should win all of those competitions. But just how skill and technique in something can just make you so much more adept in it than anyone else. But then, oh my goodness, I had to wake him up. Look at this, he's completely asleep. Look at that, they got his legs up, he's waking him up. Whoa, and then he just sprung to his feet. You just see how fast it was? Oh my goodness, look, he wants to fight him. I imagine that guy might even be the instructor. He's gonna get completely dunked on by this guy as well. All these people are just gonna be so good at their sport. This guy just doesn't stand a chance. He just looks as though he's trying to use complete strength to overpower, and that is no way that you're gonna be able to win this. But yeah, good on these two, especially the girl for stepping up and going, yeah, I know I can take him. This is gonna be such a fun fight. And then completely just trampling him. You know, we don't really get to see how this fight is set up, but considering everyone at the start of the video says, come on man, a girl, I can only imagine that he issued the fight and he chose her just as kind of a warm-up or something, and then he just got completely trampled by her. And see, this is exactly why you shouldn't pick fights with people, because you never know what kind of a sleeper they are, you know? They might look completely innocent and completely helpless, and they will then do this. What this girl is doing right here now, she seemed to completely put him to sleep easily. And I guess I also have to say that you shouldn't really try this at home, you know? This guy got put to sleep, but it could have been much worse, you know? You know, these are fighting sports, they're dangerous sports, but this is a controlled environment and these people are allowed to do it. But still, just don't go trying to recreate this at home, you know? People can get injured. But anyway, I would have loved to see this whole fight, because just watching them go at it, you can just see he has no skill and he thinks he can take her. But look at this, even everyone around is just saying, you can't handle her. And she's so fast on her feet as well. Oh man, seeing the whole fight would have been so fun. And the top of the worst attempt for the month is, there was an attempt to be racist. That's not good. Muslims outraged by racist spelling. This is so good. You know, someone much smarter and more comprehensive with the words, and that they can at least spell, has put this person to shame. You know, they could have said anything and this kind of comeback would have been great, but just the fact that it's so direct and so perfect, and even the fact that they managed to turn out into outrage, just everything about that's great. Really, this is actually pretty similar to the last post. You shouldn't be picking fights with people you're not going to win, and especially when you can't even spell on your racist comments, and somebody's definitely going to call you out on that. Because regardless of this mentality just being completely ridiculous, and I just don't understand it, it really just shows you the caliber of person you're dealing with. You know, they don't even know what they're kind of fighting against per se. So I love that the black paint person is able to just come back in such a perfect and direct way at this person. I can only imagine this person didn't see it, and if they did, they probably got really mad about it, but who cares? You know, we don't even need to consider these people in the mix. So yeah, if you ever need an example of why not to be racist, I think this is one perfect one, just because it makes you look stupid. But that is going to do it for There Was an Attempt. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please do the YouTube channel and look at things like liking and commenting down below. Other than that, I've been posting a lot of these videos, so maybe you want to check some of the other ones out. You know, we have seen plenty of posts recently that could certainly fit on There Was an Attempt. Or maybe you even want to consider subscribing so you don't miss another one in the future. But all in all, have a good one and see ya.